Fresh.
You did not take permission from anybody.
There's no permission needed after you land for me to film myself.
Yourself?
Yes.
You didn't just say yourself.
I'm filming myself inside an aircraft. I'm telling you, I'm filming myself inside. So you are holding me to ransom for filming myself. So let's go to the police station. You are not seeing any video. You know that you have no right to see any video. No. We have a right to film myself anywhere I go. And that's what I'm doing. If you haven't been trained, if you haven't been trained as you go to respect customers' right to film themselves, you are going to learn it to talk about you are not well trained.
How do you want training?
It's okay. So, I mean, it's okay. Every airline has a procedure.
There's no procedure that says that I can't film myself inside an aircraft after it lands. I can film anywhere I want. I'm filming myself.
Do you know that? Do you know that? You cannot, there's a law here that you cannot even on your phone until the door is open.
That's not true. But at the time you stopped us, your door had already opened and we're exiting. Is that correct?
Well, they said they were taxing. I don't know.
No. We were exiting when she stopped us. So you have already admitted that we did no wrong.
Well, the thing is that, I was trying to calm you guys down.
There's no fighting. There's no fighting. But what you guys need to do is train your staff, and the attendants to understand that when people land, you don't have. You are properly not. You are not properly trained. You are not properly.
Stop using that language. It is wrong. It is highly insulting. I can even train your staff. If you know a video of language.
Yes.
You are talking to an adult.
We are not showing you any video. We are not showing you any video.
Using that language.
You are not properly trained. Look at the way you are shouting on passengers. You are not properly. I am telling you now that you are not properly. You need to do training in this at this your job. And you detain me to get out of the plane after you land. You open your gate, you say leave, people can film themselves. This is completely wrong. And you detain me from getting out of the aircraft after you open your door. And you are telling me that I have no right to film myself. It's like, what is wrong? What are you hiding? I'm not coming down. Look at the way you were insulting me now, just now. Yes, so one of them was insulting me. Maybe that wasn't you. You people need to train your staff. Being an aspirant doesn't make me a fool. You understand? Everybody has to learn to respect people. We are customers, right? And you must learn to respect customers. Completely wrong what you guys did. Detaining us from getting out of your aircraft after you landed and telling us you have no right to film ourselves.
With all due respect.
There's nothing. You have not respected me.
All due respect.
You don't respect me. There's no reason to talk to you.
We have policies here.
What are your policies? Show me which of your policies that says that I am leaving your aircraft and that you can detain me. Your flight attendants can detain me to get out of the crew. I didn't disrespect you.
I have apologized to you. That okay, that's a different thing. But for you to say we don't know what we are doing in 2008,
apparently you don't. Otherwise, as a pilot, you will know that the moment you open your door,
and you don't have the right to come and tell us.
I would love to see.
I know you are recording this.
Of course, I'm live.
Publicity.
You can call it cheap publicity. That's your problem. But I want to see the procedure at Arik.
To have carried you
all the way from Abuja. I want to see the procedure that says that after you open your door, that I cannot get out of the plane, filming myself. I want to see the procedure.
Are you outside the plane already?
No, you had already opened your door.
I was already
here. You didn't even have a clue you guys were together.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, for us to just detain you on board, for something that is as simple as somebody doing, doing something that is not a crime. That's wrong.
And
you have your staff shouting on us. You want to call police on us.
I'll make sure.
That's wrong.
Okay.
I think it's better. Can you walk? Don't worry. Don't worry. That's fine. Right. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We just went through the usual Nigerian big manism, or cause this very maddening conduct of oppression. Is everybody would oppress you at the slightest provocation, even if they have no basis in law or in practice. So you just saw Arik staff trying to detain us on board after they opened their gates because we're filming our exit out of the plane. They realized they were wrong. Instead of them to apologize, of course, trust them. They were looking for a way to wriggle out of it. We asked them if, to show us what is wrong. They can't tell us what we did wrong by filming our exit out of the plane. This is, of course, the second time Arik will try to harass us on their flight.
I had to
So it's the first time, the second time the Arik staff will try to harass us on board. Yes, thank you so much. Israel, how's it going? Where are the vehicles now? Okay. Yeah, very good. So we're heading to Ajiguna now. Those guys did not come. Thank you. I'll go Friday. Well done. So, yeah, we just got on in the car. We're heading to Ajiguna for the rally. This is the second time Arik airline officials will harass us on board for using our cameras on our way out of the plane. The last time they did this, we were actually detained briefly at the offices of the airport security in Abuja before they realized that they were wrong and they let us go. This time around, they've done it again. What was our crime? When we were leaving the plane and I was getting filmed exiting the plane after they opened their door. They said their regulations forbid anybody from filming inside the plane. I've never heard that before. I film all over the world, takeoff and landings, up to the point that I lose connection to the networks. And when I do buy internet on air, I have on occasion transmitted locations, address, followers. So there's nothing new. But when it comes to Nigeria, everything is different. So after we got into a little argument, as you can see, they eventually reluctantly apologized and they realized that what they did was wrong, and I asked them to actually get the police involved so that we can go to the police and resolve this once and for all. Tell us what crime we committed by filming our exit out of the plane or filming at all on the plane. Still, this is one of the third instances where we've been harassed by these people and they haven't been able to prove if there are rules that we violated. Anyways, nothing new. We're fine now on our way to Ajiguna in Lagos, where our next rally is taking place. So everything is fine, and thank you so much for following us. Thank you for coming with us on our way to Ajiguna. So if you're in Ajiguna, on our way to you. Thank you, everyone. So
Yeah. I want more to Mr. Tio now. And it is my moon. So it's very interesting today on Arik airline. They gave me a form to fill as a customer feedback form, and I wrote it there that I hope that they've changed their ways. And look at it, they haven't changed. I didn't know we didn't do anything wrong. A more rational pilot, who was the lead pilot, actually came out and apologized. By the time we were leaving the plane, they were holding a meeting on board. I'm guessing to check for who to blame, right? So, so those of you who don't know, I film everywhere I go. I filmed in Europe, I filmed in Germany, Italy. I filmed takeoff and landing in Australia, in all the 4 cities except where I can't get next to the window. Occasionally, they know that there's nothing wrong, but you know, everybody's trying to hide something, especially Arik. I think they're trying to hide the dilapidated condition of their aircraft.
I don't know, that's why they call you. That's why they call leaders.
But we must keep doing what we're doing, and we will keep you updated. We're on our way to Ajegunle. So if you're in Ajegunle, Takeitback is on his way to Africa's most popular neighborhood, right? That's Ajegunle, AJ City. We're heading there now. Takeitback. So if you have any questions before we interrupt this broadcast, please feel free to ask me. Otherwise, thank you, John Mayokun. I see you there. Ba Ademi or Yahweh Wise. I see you there. Let me hold out some of our people here. Grace, Edith, Area, Bowense, Omoyele, thank you. The faculty, you know. I don't understand what you're trying to say. I'm sure you don't. You didn't get what I just said. Thank you, everyone. I see you there, Folayan Bode. Thank you. Do you guys have the address where we're going? Yeah. First us, Sazwa. Good morning. Omotunde Babatunde. When are you coming to Alimo show? We are constantly there, so definitely will be back in. Funshaw GP, that's thank you. Godsons, Sami, Nejo. Good morning. So Bobo Henry, when are we going to hear from the VP? I think tonight the VP is coming on the couch. So be on the lookout for him. We're bringing him on the couch tonight. What's your plan for Nigerian immigration? You're gonna do some reform with immigration, definitely. There'll be reform in every sector. Revolutionary reform like you've never seen before. Tolu Timi, Augustine J, oh yes. Akin Firesoye, Adeyinka Ade, Festus Osoge, Kalejaye Babatunde, Francis Femi, Emmanuel Mike, First Man in DRH. Good morning to you, Adela Dion, watching from Indianapolis. Yes, I can't sleep, making sure I follow you anywhere you go. Thank you. Fola Osifora, what is your plan for a new Nigeria in all aspects? That's deep. Just watch us tonight on the couch. We'll be back tonight on the couch. Be on standby. Watching from Berlin, Jam. There's Adeola Olagunju says good morning. Subobo Henry. Thank you. Evangeli the Star. Good morning. Voice Justice. Edith. Festus Isoge again. Watson Odiase. Tai Arowo Jolo Alagwe. Thanks for leading the revolution. Thank you. Sam Ajilore. Lai Igun. Thank you. Good morning. Olanira Amos Olate. Jodola Joshua, Sunday. Sammy OS, when are you coming to London, please? London is November 9th, 10th, and 11th. Yeah. Ishak Abdul Samad, thank you, Ishak. Aaron Blackson, going to AJ City. Yes, to say visit the boundary market. Are you guys listening to that? I hope Kemi Sunday. More grace, thank you. Wasi Ibrahim Tibitokwe. It is you or nobody. Thank you. Tino Awolalu. Bro, when are you arriving London Heathrow? Are you guys sure that the London Heathrow people will not stop us like Arik did today? Trying to seize my phone. Flight attendants who are not trained to understand that the moment you open your door and people are exiting, they have a right to turn on their phones and use their phone whichever way they want. Make a phone call, record the environment. They just didn't get the memo yet. The world has become totally digital, you know. So hopefully after today's experience, Arik will learn. This is the second time Arik is doing this to us. On one occasion, the last time I took an Arik flight from, I think, Yola in Adamawa State coming to Abuja, they got me arrested and took me to their office where I was briefly detained. And when they realized that they had no laws preventing anyone from filming, they let us go on that day. They've done it again. Arik is apparently a shady airline and they always have a lot to hide. I was appalled by one of their pilots, not the main pilot, I have to say this, the main pilot who flew us from Abuja had apologized to us. He was a nice guy, he was a very polite guy. He actually called a meeting when we were leaving and he was talking to his attendants. I'm sure he's had a word or two to tell them regarding how they conducted themselves today. When are you coming to Tokyo, Japan? You know, we don't have anything to prove. We can go anywhere in the world. We just came from Australia. Grace, we go reason Arik when you take position next year. Make them get set. Lastly, Oladibolu in London, what you landed, use your electronic devices without any hindrance. As a matter of fact, before you land, you know, a lot of people are using their electronic devices as soon as they can get signals to do it. In the US, Delta Air actually sells you a streaming package so that you can get even better internet and do whatever you want with it. These guys, we should have gotten to a point where local airlines in Nigeria are selling internet, but they refuse. They hate to progress. They prefer to be in their analog state. You know, if you see these aircrafts, you know, even though the flight was good, it was a 787-700, so it's a more modern aircraft. But the inside was dirty, the chairs and the leather seats are ripped off. You know, they don't look good. You know, they don't take care of this. And, you know, the authorities who are supposed to ensure that there's compliance, all of them are compromised, you know. So, again, it's very, very important that we state that the pilot who flew this aircraft to Lagos was very, very polite. He didn't do anything. In fact, he kept apologizing that they shouldn't have stopped us. But there was a pilot who was not a real pilot. He just flew with us. He kept making excuses for this shabby conduct of the flight attendant. In telling the story, we were leaving the aircraft after the aircraft has landed and opened their door, and we're exiting. And as we usually do, we're filming every move we make, as we do with takeoff and landing. And when we got to the point where we're supposed to leave, I discovered that the air the air hostess had held our camera person to ransom, saying that we must stop, not only stop filming at this point, she insisted that we must stop filming and delete what has gone to live stream already. She didn't understand that you can actually be live streaming an event. And when I discovered that she wasn't exiting, I had to go back. I met her, I said, "Madam, why are you doing this?" She's like, "No, she has to delete." And I told the pilot came and said, hey, you know, don't do that. I said, okay, if you said we've committed a crime, can you bring in the police? So she went and called their security people. Of course, all of them came very uncouth. They started misbehaving, and before you know it, everything had degenerated because of their conduct. They were misbehaving, they started abusing us. And but the pilot kept his calm. I wish I know this pilot's name. He deserves some accolades. He was very, very respectful. He kept talking to them to let me go. But the other pilot, who was a passenger on board, you know, apparently came and wanted to take advantage of me being a presidential candidate. Oh, you know you are a presidential candidate, so you are not supposed to question what we do to you. Otherwise, we are going to think that if you get there, that's one emotional blackmail that I don't accept. Because when I become the president next year, it's going to be a non-nonsense president. So if I'm not, what I won't accept now, I will not accept when I become president or when I'm a candidate. I fight for my rights. Anytime my rights are breached or violated, it doesn't matter my status. I'm not wearing my status on my sleeve. I'm not a presidential aspirant to become a stupid man. I became a presidential aspirant to consolidate on the values that I have before, which is to fight for my rights wherever I might find myself and fight for the rights of others. So we asked her to call the police so that she can allow other passengers to leave. Of course she did. Call the security people. When they came, we asked them what exactly was our crime. Nobody could tell us. They said, well, you know, you are filming on board. I said, so what is wrong with filming on board? They couldn't explain why that is wrong, because they admitted at the moment they opened the door, we are entitled or we are at liberty to film. I don't even agree with that. I've traveled all over the world since we started this campaign, and all of you have followed me everywhere, to Canada, to Germany, Italy, to Spain, and everywhere we went. This is the only way we carry our followers along, was to just kind of like film our experience taking off and landing, going around neighborhoods, running, walking, town hall meetings. So we went and called their people, and they were very, very unruly. Of course, there was a shouting match. You know how it is. We fight for what we believe in everywhere. So we're in Lagos now. We're going to Ajegunle. I just want to carry everybody along with our way. And this is Lagos. This is Nigeria. Yes. So this is Maryland area of Lagos. You know, that's our public transportation system. The yellow, the ubiquitous yellow bus, the dehumanizing transportation system in Lagos, known as the yellow bus. This is Lagos, the way you guys probably know it since you were born. Not much improvement. You know, there's a lot of improvement in propaganda. You know, Lagos is divided into two: the ghettoized part of Lagos and the deodorized part of Lagos. So I don't know where we are. I don't know which part of it. Oh, those are our posters on the wall right there. They look cool. And we heard that some people have been tearing our posters in Lagos. If you're doing it, you're tearing a chance at a brighter future. Stop it. Okay. If you get a chance, anywhere you are, you see our poster, protected. Our poster. We can't afford to put posters all over the place. So the few we have, they're very important. Okay. That's the only legacy we have, is the legacy of fighting for what is right. You know, and you know, the two leaders or rulers or candidates from our major opponents are people who have no history, they have no legacy to build on, they have no record to campaign on. So everybody's engaging in propaganda, trying to fool Nigerians, a bunch of dishonest people. You saw what Buhari did yesterday. He escalated the scam they did in 2014 to another level this time around. Got WAEC to give him an attestation certificate. I've never heard about an attestation certificate before. Me, I did WAEC twice. I have WAEC results, not attestation certificate or WAEC certificate. West Africa, it's WASC certificate, West African School Living certificate, and also WAEC. So this is where we are. He said, "Do you need a megaphone, or isn't that allowed?" Thank you. Yeah, this road is one of the best in Nigeria. It looks like road where they construct for US. Yes, so thank you, Peter. Olawune, good to see you this morning. Oladimi, right. Okonlawo, Asuramu, good morning. Zainab, Akombe Bakre, take it back with AAC. Thank you. Angela Fred, talk to me, sir. Absolutely, I'm doing that right now. Let's talk. People, this is Lagos. This is Lagos. This is a popular Ikorodu Road in Lagos, and we are right now in the Onipan part of town. When are you coming to Paris? Paris people keep asking us to come to Paris. You have to plan this. We've said it, the conditions, well, not the conditions, but the way the things are now is that for you to invite us outside of the country, there must be at least 200 people gathering together and who are willing to not only invite us, but help us raise funds so we can use it to fund our campaign, and we can make a visit when you get to us. Yes, Jovita Samuel, good morning. Monday, Omajali. This is John Major Nadozie. Thank you. Esther Ashaolu, good morning. Said Okpa Salami, good morning. Godwin Obaze, God is his strength, good morning. Oge Dixon. Tony Okoluko, thank you. Prince Okoje, Prince ID Okoje, or Prince D Okoje. Christiana, Tio Million, good morning. Austin Simple from Italy, good morning. This is Awojiga Tunde, good morning. Olatuja Michael Freeman, take it back. Olani Abimbola Adu, Voice Justice. Taiwo Zero, I didn't get to see that before it went away. Sunday Olale, Grace, he said it's 2:41 a.m. here. All my weekend is for AAC. Amazing, thank you. Jerry Solo Kings, Bukola Fergus, Gaddafi Salam, Hurricane Sebobo. Thank you. Eve, Rome. Oh man, I mean, like, this places have like huge craters. They don't call them potholes. So once in a while you see the shaky. Can I get my can we get the selfie stick so that I can stabilize, or we can use, maybe now is a good time to find the others thing, folks. Thank you. Good morning from South Africa. SA Ohenhen Ocean, Aaron Blackson, Maxi Gobe, Sunday Olale from Chicago, Motraya Remu. There's a Motraya beside me here. I know I'm not talking to you. Godwin Obaze, waiting to see you in Manchester City next week. Can't wait to. Good evening from Perth, Australia. Bode Ajayi, thank you so much. I just came from Australia. Amazing place, amazing people. Thank you, Australia. I can't thank you guys enough. Rihanna Minho, good morning, Mr. President. Should try other states. Oh, that one went too fast. Cyril Oga, thank you, Cyril. Good to see you. Stanley Isaac Arebu, said happy weekend. Sunday, Seren, good morning, sir, from Iceland. Wow. Gospel Tino, sir. Adewale Shoni Made, Godson Akato, Festus Osazwa, Ifa Peter. They said name our contacts. So I think boundary market is very important when you go to Ajegwe. Somebody's saying, okay, good. Can you put it on the stand first before you? And we already have it standing, so we might need to recalibrate. So guys, we're going to take a short break. if you permit us, and we'll come back so that we can get our gadgets properly situated on a stand, and we can talk to you again. When traffic as usual, as Lagos traffic. So when are you coming to Chicago? I think that's November 17th. That's Chicago. So let's finish, and then we'll come back.